Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast. Ian wins the die roll and starts us off. He draws, plays a plains, and passes. Maximus has a Thornglint Bridge, shipping it after that. I display a tapped breeding pool and pass to Mika. Mika's got an exotic orchard, and because of Ian he's able to tap it for white to cast Reconnaissance. Ian's turn 2 has a plains, and then a Rustwing Falcon coming in. Maximus draws and plays a tapped Minas Tirith. I draw and play a Stump Stomp and pass. Mika's turn has him playing a Swamp, and then casting Haystack and passing. Ian plays a plains, and then hits Max for 1 with the Falcon, and ships the turn after that. Maximus has a Wooded Foothills for turn, and then pays 2 for a Liquid Metal Torque. I draw, miss a land drop, and have to pass. Mika's turn has him playing a Tainted Field, and then bringing out an Unstable Slasher, and ships it to Ian. Ian's got a plains, and he casts Pacifism on the Slasher. He then pokes Mika for 1 with the Falcon, and passes. During the end step, Max cracks the Foothills, losing 1 for an Arctic Tree Line. Max plays a Vital Splicer, making a Golem token as it comes in. I draw, and cast Planar Genesis, but still not finding my land drop. I then have to discard and pass. Mika's land for turn is the Brotherhood headquarters, and he casts Aya of Alexandria and passes. Ian just draws, plays a Seraph of Dawn, and ships to Max. Max's turn has a Caretaker's Talent coming in, and he then levels it up. This allows him to make a copy of his Golem token, and he draws a card from making a token, and then plays a Plains. Going to combat, Max swings a Golem at me for 3. I play an Otawara for turn after drawing it, and then pay 3 for an Entis Restoration. I sacrifice a land, and go and find 2 mountains. Mika's main phase has Arno Dorian coming in, and he goes to combat. He swings Aya at me for 6, and after it connects, gains 6, and makes an Assassin token. After that, Mika plays a tap Snowfield Sinkhole. Ian's got a Plains, and then casts Seraph the Sword, inching ever closer to casting his commander for a reduced cost. Max's turn has him casting a Sensor Splicer, making another Golem, and drawing another card. Going to combat, Max sends a Golem at Mika, and a Golem at me. After that, Max passes. I am very happy that Max is playing a Golem-based deck, as it allows me to cast a reduced casting Cavernhorde Dragon, and I then go to combat. I swing it at Max for 6 since it has haste, and he takes the hit, and I get to make 5 treasure tokens. I then use 3 of them to cast Jessica's Will, making 6 red mana. I then cash in my 2 other treasures to help cast the Great Henge. I then tap the Great Henge, gaining some life and making 2 green, and use my remaining mana to help cast an Ancient Bronze Dragon, putting a counter onto it as it enters and drawing a card. Mika's got a Plains and goes to combat. He swings his 3 creatures at me, which I take the hit. This has Mika gaining 6 more life and making 2 Assassin tokens. In his post-combat main phase, he casts Altaïr and passes. Ian's got a Plains and casts Marble Diamond. He then casts Oblivion Ring, and he exiles the Ancient Bronze Dragon under it. Going to combat, he swings the Seraph of Dawn at me, and I take the hit, and Ian passes. Max's main phase has him casting a Sculpting Steel to copy the Great Henge, and then brings out Rebbec. Going to combat, Max swings his 3 Golems and 2 Splicers at me, which has me dropping to 5. After that, Max passes. I draw and swing the Cavernhorn Dragon at Max again, which connects, and this time makes me 6 treasure tokens. I then cast an Astral Dragon, and as it comes in, target Ian's Oblivion Ring, which I then make 2 dragon copies of it, and as they enter, I exile the original Oblivion Ring and Altaïr. With me targeting Mika's commander, he uses Haystack to phase him out and save him. I then continue casting Thassa Deep Dweller, and moving to my end step, I blink the Astral Dragon, and as it comes back in, make 2 copies of Caretaker's talent, and they see each other and draw me 2 cards, and I pass after that. Mika draws and casts Phyrexian Arena's main phase. He swings out at me, and I'm able to block 2 assassin tokens and everything else. Before damage, Mika uses Reconnaissance on Arno Dorian to save it, and lets the other assassins trade, and some get through with me dropping a 1. With nothing else, Mika passes. Ian's got a Plains for turn, and he casts Sephara but not for her alternate cost, and goes to combat. He swings the Seraph at dawn at me. I block with the dragon, and Ian still gains the 3 life, but keeps his angel because it's indestructible. With nothing else, he passes. Max has a Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, and then brings his other commander with Ich-Tekik. He makes another Golem token, and then he makes the Caretaker's talent into an artifact using his Liquid Metal Torque, so that his golems will have protection from the mana value of 3, and he swings them at me. Thanks to the assorted amount of mana values on his artifacts, Rebbec gives a bunch of protection, and I'm unable to block and get taken out in combat. Ian then gets back his Oblivion Ring, and as it comes in, exiles Rebbec, which Max then puts to the command zone instead. Max then continues his turn with an Intangible Virtue, and passes. Mika loses 1 and draws from the arena, and draws for turn. He plays Queen Marquesa, becoming the Monarch and going to combat. He swings it at Max, and exiles Eye of Alexandria with Altaïr's trigger. Max then blocks what he can, and Mika uses Reconnaissance on his blocked token to save it, and takes out the other golems. Max then takes 9, and Mika gets to make more assassin tokens. He then moves to his end step, and draws from being the Monarch. Ian's got a Plains, and then swings Sephara at Max. Max takes 7, with Ian gaining 7, and Ian passes after that. Max's turn has him drawing, and then casting Shamanic Revelation. He gains 12, and draws a bunch of cards, and then plays a Plains for turn, before casting Inspiring Leader. Going to combat, Max swings his golems at Mika, and he takes the hit for 16. This has Max becoming the Monarch, and then moves to his end step, and draws. Mika loses 1 to the arena, drawing from it and for turn, and plays an Arid Mesa. Mika then plays out a Flesh Taker. He casts a Ruthless Lawbringer, and then sacrifices the Unstable Slasher to destroy Max's Inspiring Leader. Going to combat, Mika swings everything at Max, and exiles Marquesa with Altaïr. He then gets to make token copies of them, and they're also going at Max. Before blocks though, Max uses Cloud Shift on Maul Splicer, making another Golem token, and he helps try and convince Ian to intervene after saying how much he loves the Marble Diamond. Ian decides to take him up on it, using Kill Shot on Eye of Alexandria, which Mika removes from combat thanks to Reconnaissance, saving it. Max then blocks the non-menacing creatures, and before damage, Mika uses Reconnaissance to save his commander and Arno Dorian, and Max then takes 12. This is Mika regaining the Monarchy, and he passes after that. Ian's turn has him casting Beckoning Will-O-Wisp, and he goes to combat. He gets a trigger from the Will-O-Wisp, and he chooses Mika, which has Ian swinging Sephara and the Seraph at dawn at him. Mika takes the hit, with Ian gaining some life, and he passes after that. Max has got a Plains and recasts Rebbec again. He then casts a Lumbering Warwagon, going to find a force as it comes in, and goes to combat. Max then sends his 2 golems at Mika, and they have protection from 0, 2, 3, and 9. Mika takes the hit, with Max taking back the Monarchy. He then passes, drawing, and Mika sacrifices the Slasher to his Flesh Taker on the end step. Mika loses 1 to the arena, drawing from it, and then for turn, and sacrifices the Arid Mesa, losing 1, for an untapped Godless Shrine, losing 2 more. He then plays a Reflecting Pool and casts Attrition. Going to combat, he swings out at Ian, exiling the Slasher from his graveyard to add to the Altaïr pile. Before damage, Mika sacrifices the Unstable Slasher to destroy Sephara with Attrition, and Ian responds with a Stave Off, naming Black. Mika responds to this by sacrificing Marquesa to Attrition, and targets Sephara once more. She gets taken out, and Ian then takes 23, and loses his Falcon. Mika gets to then make 2 more Assassin tokens, and then draws from being the Monarch during his end step. Ian recasts Sephara in his main phase, and goes to combat. He names Mika with the Beckoning Will-O-Wisp again, but doesn't attack, and passes. Max draws and plays an old-tech Matter Weaver. He follows up with Ovaya Automech Artisan, and before going to combat, he crews up the World Wagon, and then sends his 2 big golems and the World Wagon at Ian. Before damage, Mika takes out Sephara with attrition by sacrificing an assassin token, and Max then makes Rebbec into an artifact to give his golems protection from mana value 4 as well. Ian can't block and takes 23, and Max then plays a Mosswarp Bridge for turn, hiding away a card from his top 4. He then passes, and during the end step, Mika uses attrition on the Seraph of the Sword before going to his turn. Mika loses 1 to the arena, drawing Intermittent for turn, and then casts Ishin. Mika then uses attrition to take out the Maul Splicer, with Max responding with an Inspiring Call. Mika then sacrifices 4 more assassins in response to take out Rebbec, Maul Splicer, Ich-Tekik, and another Golem token once Rebbec is off the board. The call then resolves, with Max drawing 3, and Mika then goes to combat. He swings everything at Max, exiling the Ruthless Lawbringer with Altaïr's trigger. The Lawbringer off the first trigger then sacrifices Ishin, destroying the Seraph of Dawn, but Mika doesn't sacrifice anything else to the second Lawbringer coming in. Max then blocks what he can, but still gets taken out, and Mika removes his other blocked creatures to save them with Reconnaissance. Mika then makes 2 more assassins from Aya, and passes to Ian. Ian draws, plays a Starnheim Unleashed and makes an Angel token, and just passes knowing he's beat. Mika's turn has him casting Bayek of Siwa, and going to combat, swings out at Ian. Without enough life or blockers, Ian knows when he's beat, and scoops it up to Mika. Game review time. This was a bit of a long one at over an hour and a half, and there was a surprising amount of talk about Marble Diamonds for whatever reason, but that's just the way she goes. As far as the best card this game, I think it was probably Reconnaissance, as it allowed Mika to save whatever assassin he wanted, or if not Reconnaissance, then definitely Attrition, as it allowed him to use all of those tokens he was making to become removal spells. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet. It wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.